Hello everyone, I'm the Whisky Enthusiast. Welcome back to my channel. On this distillery visits episodes, on the third one, we have Lindores Abbey. Now I did a Lindores review before. I put the link up there. It was a long time ago, and it was their, I don't know, what was it? It was like their inaugural release. Not inaugural, but their at that time standard release. Today we're gonna do the the cask of Lindores, this limited edition ones, the STR. This is exclusively in STR wine barriques, one of the three core casks of Lindores. The Lindores single malt is bottled at the distillery at our unique limited edition strength of 49.4% ABV. Drew Mackenzie Smith is the founder, and then it says limited edition, and behind it says, as with all our bottlings, this limited edition is bottled at the distillery without chill filtration or added color. By purchasing this bottle, you've contributed to the preservation of Lindores Abbey, spiritual home of Scotch whiskey. Thank you. Right. Yeah, on that review, I did talk about the spiritual home of Scotch whiskey, the history. Obviously, this one is not founded in 1494, but that is paying homage to the first written extract of Aqua Vitae, which becomes whiskey in history, that they did. So basically the king asks for 8 balls of malt to be distilled and made into Aqua Vitae, and in a modern day it would be whiskey. Well, it derived. It wouldn't be whiskey. It's distilled product, but it wouldn't be whiskey as we know it. So Lindores did something that it could resemble that times thing. So this is the Lindores Distillery Aqua Vitae. It's pot still distilled, and it's natural steeping and unoaked. So they don't oak it because that didn't exist back then. The bottle is a tribute to the origins of Scotch as we know it today. The earliest Aqua Vitae that was made here at Lindores Abbey as long as 1494. A traditional malt spirit which is infused with a blend of herbs and spices, including cleavers and sweet Sicily, which grow in our gardens amidst the ground of the ancient abbey. Serve over ice with a peel of orange. So it's it's 40% ABV. It's for some cocktail fodder, but we're gonna try that as well after the whiskey, because I think if I remember correctly, it's a bit potent. It's unoaked, but has a nice color because of the steeping. And then we also have the new make, because when we do these distillery things, this is 63.5% ABV. You guys respond to me trying new make as well, which is nice. I mean, not in views, but in comments, so it's good. So we're gonna try a bit of new make. Obviously, it will be hard to find the distillery character. I think that's enough. Oh, that's creamy. That's nice. With that STR cask, but we can try. So I'll give you some facts about the distillery, and I'll put some photos up there, and as I go I'll try the whiskeys, and you know the drill. This is the third one. Of course, this is again pre the Whisky Enthusiast YouTube channel, so go easy on me. I don't think there are any videos and no commentary whatsoever. It'll get better. The distillery didn't expand, so yeah. So distillery, funny thing about them, they have a dunnage warehouse. 25% of it is heated. So that's interesting. And they have 3 stills, 2 spirit still, 1 wash still. They call it the sister stills. It's a different kind of thing. They do the Aqua Vitae. It's very, very lightly peated. And it's in the lowlands. And yeah, so their capacity is 260,000 liters per year. 2 washbacks at, so their fermentation time is 2 washbacks at 72 hours and 2 washbacks at 96 hours. So it's good. And 0.5 ppm. Yeah, exactly. Semi-lauter mash tun type. And yeah, 1 wash, 2 spirits. Douglas fir, their washbacks are. And they use distilleries yeast, but they're working on an ancient type of yeast, as far as I know, to find if they can get it from that region. And yeah, let me see anything else. they're gonna, I think, add some fruits from their garden as well as what they explained. Shell and tube condensers, their filling strength is 63.5, like we have in the new make spirit, and they have dunnage and rack. Warehouses. Okay, let's go on to the photos, but I think I'm gonna do the STR one first, and then go to the new make, and then to the Aqua Vitae, because I think that's potent. So, Lindores Abbey, cask of Lindores, STR, 49.4% ABV on the nose. Shane from Whiskey Lock, what is happening with this? Yeah, Shane from Whiskey Lock says STR is like ketchup to whiskey and it has a certain character. He's not wrong about the certain character. With ketchup, it's up to you whether you think it is correct or not, but yeah, there's a certain STR character which is sweet, tannic, and a hint of char. So you get that in any kind of distillery who uses STR cask for young whiskey. This is fully matured in it. I think it's around 4 years of age. But with Lindores, I get a little bit of lactic funk there. Not as much as Bladnoch, mind you, but there is a hint of that there. So you get a lot of stone fruits, a lot of sweet, gummy bear notes when you first open it. So it's dusty and sweet. It's a bit synthetic sweet. Stone fruits, like I said, some honey, cherries, juicy apples, apple juice, not green apple, red apple, orange rind, and yeah, orange oil, herbal, a little bit of lactic, but mostly sweet gummy bear sweetness on the palate. Okay, like with most STRs, complete breakfast whiskey. You get the sweetness on the palate, a lot of orchard fruits, balanced by the tannic notes of the wine cask, and in the back you get the charred oak notes, hint of smoke. It's all well integrated. It's very well balanced. I mean, yeah, it's a good whiskey. This is a nice whiskey. Their normal one is ex-bourbon, ex-sherry, and ex-STR, so it's a bit more, has its own character. So with young whiskey, you might struggle with it, and the lactic notes are a bit more felt there, especially with the bourbon cask. But with this one, the lactic notes are there, but it's not so funky. And honestly, it did open up in the shoulder length. When we first opened it, it was much more lactic, but once it goes down of the neck pour, yeah, much more relaxed. Oh, complete breakfast whiskey. I'm gonna sip this as I talk to you. Right, okay, on to the distillery now. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the screen. So it was a very sunny day. We drove up from Edinburgh. It took about an hour to drive. It's a nice drive up. You goes through the big bridges and stuff. And it's only an hour away from, no, sorry, it's only like 25 minutes away from St. Andrews, which is the home of golf, where golf, the sport, was invented. So we went there as well. My father-in-law wanted to see it. He's a big sports guy. It was phenomenal. It's right next to the sea. It's it's a ridiculous place, and a good university as well. Okay, Lindores, right. As you can see, around the hills, it's in the lowlands. It's on the border of lowlands and highlands, but it was a beautiful day, very green. And that's it. That's like, there's their warehouse, the black one. And that's a bear touching the, I think a tree trunk. It's also the flag of Norfolk or Derby. I think Derby County. I'll add, I forgot, but in England. So not in Scotland, but I don't know why they picked that. They did that. Here's the entrance. I like that copper color. I really enjoy that. And I like that stone walls as well. This was an abbey. They built around the abbey, not in it, but they built around the abbey. And the story goes is there are farmers there, the Mackenzie Smiths, and Michael Jackson, rest in peace, the whiskey writer, came with this information saying that, did you know there was an abbey here and that, and then that's the whole thing started. Okay, we go into the shop. There's not much there. Well, maybe now there is, but there wasn't much there. Some small casks, some chess pieces. They're members only bottle. I like those black bottles with the copper inlay. And yeah, as you can see, some stuff. I don't know why there's black and white dogs there. I think it's just they just put it there. So as shops go, it's very small and not very exciting, as you can see. On the wall, you can read this, you can pause it. It's basically about the, well, actually, I didn't read it, but it's basically about the forming of Aqua Vitae and 8 balls of malt and that. So then you see some CDs. I think this was like back of the bar to see some bottlings and stuff. It's not the most inspiring place because it's new and they have to market themselves as well, which then leads us to this area. It's a long table. I think during the Spirit of Speyside, well, not Spirit of Speyside, Spirit of Lowland, I think they host dinners here. But this is just basically some history of the Abbey. As you can see, they put, I mean, it's nicely designed. It doesn't have anything to do with whiskey, but it's nicely designed. So they're selling the Abbey as well, and they're reconstructing the Abbey. So, you know, fair enough. They are trying, and they don't have history. They just, well, they have the best story in whiskey history, but they don't, as a distillery, have long heritage. So, yeah, some Abbey bells or something, the monks, and as we go, you can pull those things and read more about it, like scrolls, and those are chained to the table. That's also nice to read. You know, it's they did a nice little thing there to promote the Abbey. Bells of Lindores. Yeah, you pull it as you can see, and that's the king who's asking for 8 balls of malt for wedding, and they're taking their water from that source. And yeah, I'm just gonna go past through these because another woods they put, it used to be a table, but it broke in half because it was too big, so they just put some writing on it. That guy was our tour guide. I can't remember his name. So then he takes us in to the distillery parts, and that's the mill. Yeah, another, and we just walk around a bit. We go upstairs. And yeah, this is nice. So basically the Abbey's columns were this shape. So that's how they designed the bottle, and the bottom was like that. So this won an award, and I think deservedly so. It's a beautiful bottle design. And on that note, let's try the new make, shall we? 63.5% ABV. Wow, I don't remember this. So it's creamy, as most new makes to me are, but very sharp fruit. Very sharp fruit. I mean, no doubt about it, it is a new make, but very citric. Almost like lemon sorbet. So there's a hint of creaminess there, which I know with sorbets they don't use milk, but mind-wise you think. And very citric. Hint of dust. What is that? Yeah, like citric fruits, almost like loquat. Yeah, those, I don't know if you have loquats in your country where you watch it, but like sour loquat smell. I forgot this. Okay, let's try it at 63.5 and then I'll water it. Yeah, okay. It's pretty. It's one of those better new makes. It's basically, so the citric notes made their way into fruit skins. So I'm chewing orange rind, mandarin rind, peach rind. So basically citric fruit rind. So it's bitter, little creamy, and a hint of smoke. No rhyme or reason, just 10 drops for some reason. Yeah. Let's see. All right, continuing after the design of the bottle. Now we're seeing the mash tun, and he's explaining about the general process of whiskey making, as they all do. Yeah, there we go, that's copper. And that's like a wide angle photo of it, and there's 2 washbacks there, and I think they have 4 washbacks, sorry. 2 of them are into that, and then you can see the stills. The bigger one is the wash still, and the 2 spirit stills on the left. That's the wash still right there. It's beautiful, isn't it? With the nice big window, you can see the outside. It's very pretty, and those are the sister stills. So wash still is there. We get closer, a bit more wide angle photo. It was nice. It was nice to visit this place. I liked how pretty the view was. Some fermentation going on there, and yeah, you can see it's not very active right now. I think it's at the end of it. They're probably gonna distill it now, but yeah. And then Dr. James Swan, as with many of that time new distilleries, he was intricate. He played an intricate role in setting it up, and you know, STR cask is basically thanks to him. So yeah, they put his photo there and thanking him in memory of. And that's a photo of Drew Mackenzie Smith. No, not Drew Mackenzie Smith. Oh yeah, Drew Mackenzie Smith. Finding the original site of the still, where Friar John Core did the 8 balls of malt and stilled, and probably distilled something like this. Yeah. And then we go, and that's the abbey on the left-hand side, the ruins of the abbey. And there, under the bear logo, they put it up on the high of the hills. That area is where the original still was. That was pretty cool to see. Yeah, those are the walls of the abbey. It was a beautiful day. It was nice to see. This is behind the scenes of the wash still. And yeah, this is, I think this is the wash stills. Yeah, so basically that's like around 20-23% ABV, which then goes to the sister stills to be distilled. Guy's explaining it. I don't know what he's saying, but we'll put it into the video. And then as we can see, yeah, they're both filling the hearts. I think what they do, so they meet in the middle, and if you're distilling the heart right now, they do. When they're distilling the heads, they put the same things to the other side, and then they meet in the middle as well. I asked like why you did that instead of using one spirit still, and he said more copper interaction, so more smooth whiskey. Sure, maybe they were, you know, they didn't want to put something bigger there. They didn't have time, and it just looks nice, so fine. And yeah, that's the spirit still, and took a little video there, but it's portrait mode, so not very useful to us right now. I don't want this to drag on. Then we went into their warehouse. I saw some of the casks. You have some firkins there, you have some sherry butts, you have some bourbon casks, all sorts of size casks, which they do, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, 2019, one of the earlier casks, as you can see. Bung. And then we went to the tasting, so we did their normal tasting, and they weren't giving new makes for tasting, but I did some talking and got it. Okay. No, okay, let's try the Aqua Vitae then, and then I can enjoy the whiskey on my own. But yeah, this one, we're trying this one. This is what it's supposed to be like when Friar John Core distilled it. Actually, I think it's probably between the new make and this one, like Irish Pochin. Okay, it's very herbal. It's like cough syrup. A lot of cloves, citric. It's made with the new make, so yeah, I can definitely see more similarities with the new make than this. Sorry, between this and the new make, there's much more similarities. But very citric, very herbal, and it smells like a digestive on the palate. Oh, it's sweet. It's sweet. I probably have some fruit in there, and yeah, it's very herbal. Oh, but I don't do sweet. Oh God, yeah, I remember now. Okay, that's very sweet. But the new make character is there, hiding behind all the herbs. A lot of cloves, a lot of ginger, a lot of cinnamon, a lot of nutmeg. Whatever they found, they put probably. It's steeped, basically. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing to drink. I can see it making nice cocktails, but it already has its own character. It's not so far away from Drambuie. if you know, if that makes sense, that kind of taste. It's like somewhere between vermouth, drambuie, and some more bitters. If you know your cocktail fodders, yeah, that's what it tastes like. So then we did that tasting, and yeah, took some more photos. Spiritual home of Scotch whiskey. That's the area. That's nice. That's where they host some dinners. Those are all the whiskeys they had at that time. We didn't try of them. Some distillery casks. From the distillery casks, I tried the sherry cask and the bourbon cask as well. Not there. Sometime later. And we go out. They have the casks, like little pyramids up there. It looked nice. It looked very nice. And yeah, we took some photos out there. I like these photos with the weather. Yeah, and the wide angle with the hills in the back. It's nice. And yeah, there's me in front of the cask. It was, you know, mind you, it was my like third distillery visit and first one in Scotland in many, many years. So I was very excited about it, as you can see. And then, yeah, that's my father-in-law tasting, and that's with the guy tasting new make. Yeah. And then some obligatory photos in front of the distillery. And that brings us to the end of this video. To the Lindores, any kind of Lindores, I recommend 3 Glencairns. They're not ridiculously expensive. I think they're well-made whiskeys. This STR is very, very good. If you like your STR cask, it's absolutely very pretty breakfast whiskey. So easy to drink, so fruity, so juicy. And then with Aqua Vitae, if you enjoy those flavors I mentioned, if you enjoy something sweet, you might like to give it a try, have a piece of history. And as new makes go, I think this is a good one. With some more water, it becomes a bit more creamier, and the citric notes lose their sharpness, but the more fruity notes come up, juicy apples and stuff. Yeah, one of the better new makes I tried. Not the best, but certainly not off-putting. So that's it from me, guys. This was a bit of a long-winded. I tried to go as fast as I can. I hope you enjoy these series. I certainly do. And if you did, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It does mean a lot. And you can also become a member to my channel to buy me a small dram with a small fee. If not, no worries. You watching means a lot to me. Thanks a lot, and I shall see you guys. Well, let me know. Let me know what you think about Lindores in general. Did you try the Aqua Vitae? And if you do, what kind of cocktails you do? I would like to learn that as well, because I like cocktails, but I'm not always sure what to mix what with. So if you tried that with a cocktail, please let me know. Other than that, let me know what you think of Lindores, and I shall see you guys on the next one. Cheers.